As of today, April 1st, 2026, Scryer's room has officially broken through. We're ad-powered now. No thanks to any of you bloodsuckers who are just hanging on, watching us without giving us additional money for products to actually advertise for. We've got it. We've done it now.
Well said, Kevin. Well said.
Gotta say, really came out of nowhere, you know?
And like so many, like right back to back. I feel like we did it, guys.
We finally made it.
We finally made it. This is where it matters.
We have no less than 5 different sponsors for this video. You'll be hearing from them shortly. I think you'll enjoy these products. I know we certainly do.
And you'll be hearing about them pretty often if everything's working out the way that I think it is. Because we did it.
We done it.
I quit my job.
Yeah.
Well, we're all thinking it. Should I say it?
You gotta.
I think we're influencers, guys.
We're
influencers now.
When we need to take it serious.
Why are you laughing, Rob?
The album is coming.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it.
And with that, welcome back to Scryer's Room. I am your host, Famfare.
I'm Kevin.
Mario.
Thanks for having me. I'm Rob.
We're still in Rob's House Studios today. And it's beautiful.
It's excellent, it's beautiful, and I couldn't be happier. And today, we're going to talk about comedy.
We're powered by ads now, so everything's optimized for the algorithm and according to the machine that I asked. We're talking about comedy today.
Yeah. Specifically, the AI told me I must talk about Freddy Got Fingered.
That's what I heard.
A movie that has come to me somewhat recently in life.
As relevant now as it has ever been.
Yeah. I caught a lot of movies basically because our mutual friends, Anthony and Rob, forced me to watch them.
Yeah.
Because they basically invited me to their house and said, "This is what we're doing now. I know you will like this. It is a crime you haven't seen it yet."
That's a good kind of friendship to have.
And among many other movies, they made me watch Freddy Got Fingered, which is by Tom Green. In the late 90s, early 2000s, there was this guy, and his name was Tom Green, and I kind of associate him with, like, Jackass? Kind of, like...
He's like the Cro-Magnon Jackass.
Yeah, he's adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Tom Green was the first one to figure out how to be a professional troll, you know?
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Sure.
That's fairly accurate.
Like, we didn't have that term then, but, like, that's what he was doing.
A provocateur.
And it reminds me of, like, I guess if you go back further, you have, like, Andy Kaufman, like, kind of thing, where, like... and
just slightly less, as on-the-nose ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like...
And Tom Green would do, like, stuff where he'd go out and, like, onto the street, and he'd just do absurd things and get people's reaction to them.
He was the first guy to be like, oh, it's not... What's the term that they use to get away with pranking somebody with a crime? It's a social experiment. He trailblazed that entire concept.
What is just a prank, bro? That sort of thing?
Yeah.
As far as I know, anyway. There may be... Obviously, you don't know that Tom Green was biting off, like, Shaky Philippe from the early 90s. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some more provenance if you go back further.
Yeah, there's probably a whole generation of
Yeah.
stand-ups and like other comedians that we just don't even know about.
For us, though, the trail starts with Tom Green.
Yeah.
That's dating us right there for you.
Yeah.
Carbon dating right there.
Yeah. Freddy Got Fingered is some studio executives. Now, I want you to imagine that when I say this, my pants are pulled up really high and I'm smoking a big cigar. Oh, like the kids are liking this Tom Green fellow. Like,
Yeah, they really like him. What can we do for him? I guess we'll make a movie, right?
yeah. I'll just give him a whole lot of money. See, I'm just doing George Lucas. I'm just doing George Lucas with a cigar. I literally can't help myself.
Sorry, I'm just doing the executive from friggin' the Tim and Eric movie.
Yeah. We'll get to the Tim and Eric movie. We'll get there. But they basically gave him a lot of money because they didn't understand why he was popular. That's my read on this.
Right.
And he took that money, he took his big movie money, and wasted it in front of everyone.
Yeah, what a bold-faced move, bro.
Lit it on fire. And he lampshades this in the movie when he's waving the check in the female lead's face.
They gave meat
Yeah.
$1 million. Me. And it's just like...
I spent
it's like he's talking to the crowd.
money on the jewels, and then I rented a helicopter, and that's all my money gone.
Oh, he had to cut his house in half.
Yeah. And yeah, they had to spray his dad with elephant cum, just like earlier in the movie.
That totally happened.
Just like
it?
earlier in the movie when they sprayed the horse cum.
Yeah.
Look, Daddy, I'm a farmer.
Yeah.
God bless America.
So actually, that's what you call genius writing. They set that up.
That's setup and payoff. You see,
Promise, progress, payoff.
that's classic stuff. You got to master your fundamentals if you want your film to carry any kind of weight. And Tom Green is a master of the fundamentals.
Yeah. And I guess Red Letter Media did Freddy Got Fingered on one of their videos like 5 years ago now. I don't know, some number of years ago. And the question is this just a dickhead fucking around, or is this a secret genius masterpiece? And I am 8-2 on the side of secret genius masterpiece. It is also a guy just fucking around.
Say, why
like
can't
I
it be
said,
both?
it's both. It is both. But like, there's, God, I love that movie. The kid that keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
And you know, he made us all watch it, and then we were just like, "What? Tom Green?" And then I can remember just not being able to breathe. I was laughing so hard, like, because it was just like, "What is happening?" Like every like 5 minutes, it's just like, "Oh my, what is going on?"
It's like barely a movie. It's not like, if you think about it for a second, none of the things that's happening hold up.
There are virtually no scenes that I can think of that are appropriate to show an audience.
like from a structural level, though, it's like, what? None of this matters. There isn't like there's a plot. I'm doing air quotes when I say plot, but like not really. It's
No, I was sold right from the beginning when he finds the dead deer, and of course he has to stop his car and like try to wear its skin and pretend to be a deer, and then gets hit by a truck or something. Right? Is that And I was just like. You have my
like
attention.
10 minutes into the movie,
like what?
That's like he goes off on his adventure, and like that's either the first or second thing that happens on his adventure after he maniacally eats the sandwich.
Because he stole the entire craft services table from a fucking like movie set or TV set. He was just as he's walking by, he just grabs it and just gets in his car and leaves.
And that's Rip Torn is dead now, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rip Torn. We got Men in Black 2, Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball's a classic.
Do you know what happened? Why he stopped being in movies?
I assume substance abuse problem.
I believe, and this is the story that I recall, a drunk driving incident that led to, like, it culminated in him, like, his car entered, like, a building.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he, like, was, like, cruising through them all Blues Brothers style, or if he just, like...
He had just come back from the intergalactic kegger.
Yeah, and,
yeah, I love him.
R.I.P. to the realist.
He's... Yeah, I like... That's... How many other actors could have gone into that absurd movie and killed it like that? Where, like, he...
Because that was his approach to acting. It's just like, what is it? Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
He has the same approach to
He's in
acting
God of War 3.
that is genuinely like
He's a Festus.
the lion uses
know.
all of his strength even to hunt
I think
down
it's
a
him.
squirrel.
Pretty sure it's him.
Him ripping him out of the shower in the scuba suit. God. The backwards man.
There's an extended scene where he, like, Tom Green is just playing not even the song on his piano with his fingers tied to an elaborate pulley system of hot dogs that are just hanging.
Yeah.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? And he, like, at one point, like...
Because his wheelchair-bound love interest told him he should try to, like, eat and imagine or something, and he took that as, like, doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So he's playing the piano and eating the sausages as they come down.
At one point, when he lifts his hand and it causes one of the sausages to drop, and he leans forward and bites it. I almost passed out. I had to, like, sit there and do recovery breathing for a few seconds after that.
If you really think about it, it has the same structure as the Jackass movies. Because it's just, like, one insane thing that you shouldn't do after another.
Yeah.
The only difference is that this is, like, handled with the the more appropriate thing to do, which is it's all obviously fake movie magic. Whereas Jackass, they actually do things like launch themselves in a porta potty.
Like when his friend gets hurt on the skateboard and there's a compound fracture and the bone is showing and he licks the bone. In Jackass, the compound fractures are real.
Yeah. They tasted those bones.
Yeah.
There's no spirit gum involved in a Jackass production.
Also, the bit is he's in love with it. He doesn't know she's in a wheelchair at first because she's behind a desk.
Behind the counter, yeah.
And then she wheels out, and he's like, "Oh, okay." But then he just rolls with it, and then okay, no pun intended.
He just rolls with it.
Yeah, sorry, goddamn. But then you find out her fetish is being caned in her legs.
In her,
that
her
she can't
feeling.
Dude, I forgot about that part of the movie.
He's like baseball swinging. He's like
that fucking movie.
Because she's like, "Come on, hit me, you pussy," and he's just like,
so uncomfortable.
I've never caned anyone before."
And it's funny. It's hilarious because he flips it around where usually he is the one bellowing and being ridiculous and being the backwards man. For this scene, it's flipped around and he's the straight man where he's uncomfortable with the situation that he's found himself in. And he's like awkward about it at first, like, "Oh, I don't know about this." And she has to goad him into like letting it rip baseball style.
Causing real severe damage to her useless limbs. And then like at the end of the scene is he like punches her in the face and she's like, "Not the face, I feel that, you asshole."
No, he canes her in the face, and then she's like, "What the hell?" And he's just like, "I'm sorry, I've never caned anyone before." She's like, "All right, whatever." And then it's like, well, and then the other joke with her is that she just wants to suck his cock, and then she goes to do that, and he's taped an umbilical cord because that happened earlier.
Yeah, he was
for reasons. For
and
reasons.
it's like, "What is that?" He's like, "That's my umbilical cord. I taped it there for fun. I put it there for fun." And she's like,
"Sure,
we can work around it." And then it's like,
take it,
scene over.
What
like what?
And I love it, like the heartfelt reunion scene where they make up, and she says like, "Oh, all I ever wanted to do was suck your cock." And like, she is like, I don't know how many takes it was because she is like visibly smiling. She is like
about to lose it.
Yeah.
And
is it a work of a genius?
And Shaq is fucking his mom.
God, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. He's in that movie.
His father is so angry with him all the time that it ruins his marriage. And then his mom leaves. And then we just intermittently cut to his mom banging Shaq.
Because he at one point he like causes her like accidental like awakening for just like I don't have to be limited by marriage, because he's just like, you ever think about like going out there and finding a giant basketball player and just having sex with him or whatever, like, and then leaving dad or whatever? She's like, "No, I haven't." And then later she's in bed with Shaq, and it's just she just did the thing he said because she never thought about it before.
It's the work of a revolutionary mind. Truly a brilliant genius.
And speaking of revolutionary minds, we're going to take a quick break to go to our sponsors.
Hell yeah.
There have always been anthropomorphized animal characters since the dawn of time. And the Organization for Wild Organism Recognition, or OWO, and we at Scryer's Room want you to know that it's okay. Do you like these characters? Do you really like that kind of character? Do you yourself have such a character that you like up to, but hopefully not exceeding, 7 times a day? Well, the internet is full of a lot of hate for those characters and the people who like them. But join us in OWO in saying, this isn't a real problem. Did you know? There are real problems. And not just in the sense that there are more important things, but literally actual problems. Being a furry is not a real gripe in any way, shape, or form. It's just a person that exists and always has. To that end, OWO has started the Real Problem Initiative. They have begun paying influencers, such as us, to ask you what your fucking problem is. You definitely have one. We can tell by the way you act and speak. Everyone else can too. So let's deal with it right now. The Scryer's Room phone lines are open right now. Or they would be, but this is Rob House Studios, so call Rob's house now at 555-555-5555 and tell his family what your fucking problem is. And be sure to be specific and loud. Otherwise, I doubt that info will make it all the way back to us. But yeah, comedy, we love comedy here over at Scryer's Room.
It's all we really do, if I'm being honest. My literary expertise and breakdowns of things.
We're not hang out with each other and watch a horror movie people. We have done that. We're not opposed to that. But like the default is something silly, always.
Yeah.
Which is, like, I would say probably the majority of the media I consume is comedy based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then it's also, if you're like a comedy man, I don't think we're quite, like Seinfeld's, we're comedy shaped,
Yeah.
Someone else might think that, I don't know, but like, what I mean is just that, like, anytime another piece of media can incorporate comedy well, and it's a different genre, then it's just like, oh, I like that better, just because
funny.
You did a thing, and I laughed, so yeah, you get more of a pass on any of the other shit.
Horror, good. Horror comedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like an old timey phrase. This is like something you would only hear on like friggin' Bugs Bunny or some shit, where they're talking about like, oh, it was a revelation. I laughed, I cried, they went through the full gamut of emotions. And the wider your gamut of emotions you're able to evoke, I think the better something ends up being.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just something cathartic about laughing. Like as much as I like
Feels
to
good,
enjoy,
man.
There's plenty of like serious things I like to enjoy, and there's like plenty of like tearjerkers I like to enjoy, but very few things can be more enjoy than having a gut busting laugh.
Yeah. It's intoxicating.
One of my most vivid memories, the high school where I met Mario. Is it 15 years ago? Oh my
15,
God.
16.
You old
right?
bitch.
How old we are?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You old bitch.
Oh no, you guys.
Yeah.
I just made myself really upset.
I did-
We're moving past it. We're moving past it.
No. I thought no, we're not. I thought about this like a couple weeks ago because some stuff happened, and I came over to Rob and talked to him about it, and then it was just it's like, oh well, I have a bunch of people I could do that with, but Rob's always awake, and it's just like, and then I had the thought, I've known him for almost 15 to maybe 16 years, and it was like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
I've known him for 15 and 16. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
awesome that he's been my friend that long, but fuck! Like,
Yeah, it's been that long since high school?
yeah! Yeah. Tax your life points directly. Like,
So one of my most vivid memories is we were playing football, and football practice is, you do two a days. You're there all day.
I mean,
go
that was
there.
summer, but
Yeah. You do an early practice, you hang out, you a late practice, or like you're there for conditioning or whatever. You're there all day. That's the important thing, and you kind of got to make your own fun. And
because they just let us run wild at first.
Yeah.
Like in like the bottom level of the school was like there was like a secondary gym,
and the weight
basketball
room and some classrooms,
and
the locker rooms,
and it would just be like, all right, well, we'll come back later. And it was just the football team down there.
Don't burn the house down, dumbasses.
Don't burn the house.
We've selected the most head-injured people in the entire student body. Don't set the building on fire.
You're our strongest, fastest, least likely to get tired, and our
most head-injured. Yeah.
Go nuts.
Yeah.
We trust you most of all.
We're the people playing the sport where you run full tilt at another guy and smash into them, and it's just like,
Yeah. I always try to.
you guys will make smart decisions down
I
here.
always tried to line up not across from you because I knew I would get my ass rocked. Anyway, so we're hanging out, and I'm being honest, I got a bit of a chip on my shoulder. I'm new at this school, I don't know these people, and they're talking about, we're going to put these movies on in between, while we're hanging out. And I'm thinking, whatever, y'all don't know shit. What do y'all know about good movies? And they
Something
put on
tells me that I'm more cultured than them.
Oh, wait, for context, a big part of that chip is it was a Catholic school,
Yeah.
Catholic high school, and Rob was like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. I was coming from public school.
Yeah. So,
So I'm thinking that these kids don't know anything, and they say, we're going to put on this movie called Super Troopers.
Oh, baby.
Which I now know is by a comedy group that's called Broken Lizard. I didn't know that shit at the time. I never heard of this movie. But, like, not to run on a theme with the Catholic school theme, but the first 15-20 minutes of Super Troopers are like a religious experience. Like,
really are.
It's the whole movie is good, but the opening vignette is one of the best and funniest things I've ever seen. I was completely and utterly blown away. Like,
Am I saying meow? Am I saying meow, boy?
So he brought up the opening, and I was like, yes, that is maybe one of the greatest movie bits of all time. Is like in that movie particularly, the only one that can keep up with it is going right meow.
Right, meow?
Yeah, and then he doesn't get enough meows, and then he's missing one, and then he just ducks back down, meow, and then he just leave, and it's like what?
The stone of teenagers getting messed with, where the cop car pulls away and pulls up behind them and pulls up on the other side, and then the guy has to eat all the mushrooms.
He eats like a half of weed and like a bag of mushrooms.
Yeah, that's it.
And then his friends, the coolest guys in the world, are like, thanks for doing that, by the way. You owe us a lot of money.
Dude, that was the other thing. Why I think that's one of the... Because as soon as the cops go away, it's just... Then they start acting like, cocky stoner guys.
Yeah.
And then that one who's like, I'm actually going to need you to... He's like, good thing I was about to pull out my 9 or whatever the fuck. And then he's just like, did you eat the bag? He's like, both bags, baby. And they're like, haha, you're crazy. He's like, I'm gonna need you to pay me back, though. And then they come tearing their ass up to them again, and they're
and then the syrup chug, and do you boys like Mexico? Oh my god,
baby, I'm gonna butter your bread.
And one of my favorite bit from the dude eating all the shrooms and weed and shit is they just cut back to them in the car right before you boys like Mexican, and he's just licking the window. And he's like, snozberries taste like
violently licking the window, like he's braced against the window with both hands, like pressing his face up against it, like licking back and forth.
It's just that one, and then I'm freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man. Just. Oh, the movie is so fucking good.
Yeah.
That movie, I feel I have vague memories due to backstory reasons, and I have a distinct memory of being shown Super Troopers, specifically the first opening section, over at Tony and Nick's, just when we were youths, and they had, I think it was on video, like VHS, and I think they were showing it to me because Stevie showed it to them. I was next in line in the chain to be shown, and now it's your turn. Congratulations. And I feel like that's one of the things that activated a part of my brain that didn't exist before. Like, it made a new wrinkle, and it's like, that's there forever now.
I will remember that.
Yes.
I saw Super Troopers when I was 8 or something. Because, my dad probably rented it, or my brother, and I was just there. And then... It was really funny, but I was 8, so it's just like, I don't understand a lot of what's happening. And then later on, I watched it over and over again, as I grew up, and it got funnier every time, because I was just like, I get that now. Damn. It's just was. I probably should have seen it when I was 8, but but
right over the head.
It's a good movie.
And then their other movies are good too. Beer Fest is lovely.
A classic.
Yeah. And,
they currently make a show about firefighters.
Really?
Yeah, it's on. I saw it on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but it's all of them just as firefighters.
Huh? I didn't know that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's might need to watch that later.
Okay. Did you see their? Did you see Slammin' Salmon?
Yeah.
Slammin' Salmon.
That's Mario knows that because that's like a restaurant one.
Oh man,
restaurant movie. That's basically their waiting.
Oh, I see.
But
I might have seen it then because that vague memory.
But it's them.
But it's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah,
of course.
It's. There's many reasons it's absurd.
In the Beer Fest movie, there's a guy who almost drinks his way out of drowning in a vat of beer.
I love that scene.
There's a massive vortex.
The gulp noises that it's making.
Yeah. And then he dies, and then his unmentioned twin brother shows up.
His name was Phil. All right, Landfill.
Yeah,
what they used to call him because he was just
you could throw
endless pit.
Yeah.
He dies, unfortunately, RIP, and then his brother Gil shows up in a Texas
outfit.
He has a Tango and hat. Yeah,
that's he's only for that scene.
He's an old man, down from, and then he's. And then he just skip over Phil dying.
I feel like I've known everything about... Phil's told me everything about you guys. I feel like I've known you for years.
He's like, by the way, and I also taught Landfill everything he knew about drinking beer or whatever. And he
we're going to call you Landfill too.
Yeah, and then it's just he's here again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then they just barely acknowledge it. There was
Just brush
His
over a
entire
character
death
death.
scene to replacement with the same actor playing his twin brother is less than 5 minutes of real time.
The only-
That's what should have happened in the D&D movie.
I think the only time they bring it up is he gets mad later. Gil is just like, we've been training like all year for this. And he's like, you just got here. What are you talking about? And then they just again move past
Yeah,
it.
we're done with that now.
This isn't that kind of movie. Move on.
Then the other only one I've seen from them is Club. I think it's called Club Dread.
It's called Club Dread.
Club
Yeah.
Dread. I can't believe I forgot
Not
to bring
hip,
that up.
not hip to Club
It's
Dread.
like a
That's something to do in the next few nights.
their version of Scream.
Yeah.
They did a slasher in ostensibly the mansion of the guy from Counting Crows,
Oh, wow.
which that's the reason that I know about that movie specifically. I was a mad Counting Crows fan. Still am technically, but back then, even worse. I was completely impossible to be around.
Yeah, he was.
Still am.
But for different reasons.
Yeah. New, exciting, ad-friendly reasons.
Yeah,
Like, have you seen the new content on streaming?
Yeah.
You should pay all of those streaming services.
I love paying $15.99 a month to watch superhero product.
Yes, you can pay $6 and watch all of the Hallmark Channel.
well, you're missing the real question. How many of them offer Young Sheldon?
Frankly, probably, I'm going to say 3, confidently.
I was gonna
Not
say,
enough.
I'm going
All
to
of
I was
them.
gonna say 3 also.
yeah, right? Like Paramount, probably, and then probably on Netflix as well, maybe Hulu.
I'm sure it's bounced around from all of the ones that you just said several times.
Yeah.
I bet if you're a big Young Sheldon guy, watching Young Sheldon is hard to do and annoying.
Yeah, for our young Sheldon heads out there.
You know, it's isn't it a CBS? It's probably on that or an NBC. It's on like Peacock or one of those ones that nobody has.
Not nobody. Everyone should pay the money and do it.
Oh yeah, my bad.
You should get it, and we already do. We don't use crimes to watch our television, so don't ask.
I love streaming services.
And speaking of love, we love our sponsors. So let's take a break to have another ad.
AI has been all the rage lately, tearing up the marketplace, but many people don't like its many negative side effects. Well, like many objectors, I found one company that has turned my opinion completely around. Put a black bag over its head and had a bomb planted in its chest cavity. The opinion, I mean. And it's all because of Tilder, a revolution in information technology. Have you ever read words and were like, come on, that many words? Who has time for that? It's too long and I didn't read it. Well, when it's too long and I don't read it, I just turn to Tilder. Tilder uses a secret black box process that actually takes all the text you weren't reading and sends it to a building that is blurred on every mapping software somewhere in the American Southwest. In that building, I'm told that someone will run your text through a state-of-the-art system to produce a single line of text summary to you. If it can't be summarized in one line, it was too long, and you wouldn't have read it anyway. Use promo code HOSTAGE to unlock new bonus content that you also have no need to take the time to read.
So comedy.
Bazinga.
What more needs to be said?
Sorry, I had to. But specific form of comedy, I really love stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy is great. I've been told before that I can do stand-up comedy, which is normally something you tell somebody who you're like, you should stop talking about that right now. I'll listen later when you're on the open mic.
Yeah, I don't know. We make a joke that we're a bunch of Pinocchios.
Yeah.
We're not real boys.
We're not real.
Not quite there.
quite.
Almost.
You came up with that, right, Tony?
So I can't take claim for that. That was Kevin. There's a pretty dark bit
There's a whole-
that we can't repeat on this podcast because it's a little too dark. But the punchline is that yeah, there's a bunch of Pinocchios.
Yep.
Yeah, we're almost there. And so it sounds, if you're gonna judge me for it, fuck you. But watching stand-up comedy taught me how to do comedy.
How to be real.
A way to be likable.
Yeah.
You know, like I get it. Like he does the setup, then the thing, the misdirection, then punchline, and it taught me comedic timing, like how to set up a joke.
Yeah.
Like that all different, like, all stand-up comics are, like, so varied. Like, they all have different styles. Like, if you're fucking annoying ass like Carrot Top, or he's actually okay, but, well, I don't know. Maybe he looks like he does a lot of something, but
in terms of like the medium, he's certainly like he's dedicated to the craft.
No, yeah, like,
of being a prop comic, but like that's a craft.
I think it's like a weird, silly thing, but I have laughed at his jokes.
Yeah,
you know. Or then you got like Dave Chappelle or whatever, or all of them, and it's just a wildly different range of styles. And then watching all of them taught me how to be funny, I think, and because I would do the things, and then people would laugh, and I'm just like, oh, it works. And then that was how one way I formed friends. Like, one of the reasons Rob liked me is because I could make him laugh. Like,
and then
that's basically all I was looking for in a friend. And then and now, actually.
And then I thought you were funny too, and I was just like, oh, I mean, we're all, this guy, he's a cool guy.
Once you reach a comedy threshold with a stranger, then you can be like, did you know I have real feelings? And they'll be like, and then they'll be like, oh, I'll stay then. Like, you made me laugh enough.
It's like dating, though. You got to give it, a couple hangout sessions before you really.
You can't ask to be pegged on the second date.
No, it's too weird.
Yeah, too intense. Yeah. Too intense.
Too far.
But it was, stand-up comedy just, in general, was very formative for me. And then being funny, but also recognizing when other people were doing the same thing as me was like, I know what you're doing, you motherfucker. And I was just like,
I can see you.
I might like you. And then
there's an enemy stand user here.
Yeah, and that was basically how me and my buddy Matt, who's not Uncle Matty, although I love you, Uncle Matty, but my buddy Matt, from the same high school that Rob was briefly at with me, he would do bits, and then I would let him finish the bit, get his laughs, and then I would lean in. And then, because I knew exactly which comedian he just took that from,
right? And
then I'd just be like, "That was really funny," and then I would name the comedian. So it was just like, or like, there's a bit about.
Yeah, I like Jim Gaffigan too.
There was like a bit of Jay Oakley. I don't know. He's a big, tall, big. He's funny. But he like about picture it. It's England.
Oh yeah, Big Jay Oakley.
There's fog. Yeah. There's a lady in a rocking chair with one leg. It's overcast. There's a dragon in the air, and then he was doing that bit, and then I would lean over and just like, that was really funny, Jay Oakley, and he'd just be like, fuck you. But I wouldn't rat. I wouldn't tell him
up my spot right
I
now.
wouldn't tell
We're
anyone.
Still learning.
But I had to let him know. I know, you little piece of shit. I'm like, but if you're not into it, try it out. There's a stand-up comic you probably will find funny.
So one of the things about stand-up comedy that I've heard quite a lot from various people, because I will often just watch things where it's somebody describing, like, this is what it was like to try to be successful at a thing. And I'm like, very fascinating. I won't try any of that. But, like, a lot of them say, like, the first, like, couple years of you doing your stand-up is going to be you writing jokes, because, like, you know how a joke looks. But really, what you're doing is figuring out what you're supposed to sound like. And once you figure out what you're supposed to sound like, then the jokes write themselves. Because it's just, what does the guy that sounds like that going through life think? And I really liked that conceptually. Like, it's getting into your own character, really finding your voice. And because of that, you need to, like, become a unique voice. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons that people, like, you should get mad when people steal jokes, like, on a professional level. But, like, that's why certain jokes work.
It's funny you bring that up, because I remember hearing that Aziz Ansari from Parks and Rec, his stand-up... Is he in Venture Brothers?
He's in the episode where all the kids get mutated.
That is
him,
He's
the leader of the mutated kids.
Okay, that is him.
Okay.
Oh, so the thing about his stand-up is he's doing the character Tom from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He's literally just doing that character on the stage and doing jokes as that character. Apparently, him as a person is nothing like that.
No.
Yeah, so I thought that was fascinating.
My understanding was he had never done stand-up before. I think it was the Funny People movie. Adam Sandler is dying of comedy cancer.
Yeah.
And then it's just going around and be like, this is what comedians are really like. And I think he needed to be a stand-up in that movie. And for the purposes of that movie, that means that he needed to record doing stand-up in front of people.
Yeah.
And so he was like this. So I did Tom, and having a character that you work through that. So people have controversial opinions about Dane Cook.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say he did a special on Comedy Central that I saw when I was but a youth, because Comedy Central is what I had on in the background at all times.
It was the
black tank top.
stand-ups.
It was at the time. It was the biggest ever, right? The one where he's in the circle. So,
I think it's the one where he's before that, maybe the black tank top special.
Okay. That's his.
When he's really running around the stage.
That's his Comedy Central Presents, like where he dumps water on himself.
Yeah. For the alien bit,
Yeah.
that killed me. It could kill me today.
Like, the thing that people give him credit or criticism for is that he's a lot of shock value. Like, a lot of his jokes, the punchline is that he's being absurd.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's funny because you're like, haha, look at how crazy he's being. Which is fine. You know, I think it's pretty funny. Maybe he stole some jokes. I'm not sure if that was the case or not. I didn't look into that, but
I neither know nor care, because Dane Cook isn't a name that I've had to look at in a long time.
yeah, it hasn't come up in literally a decade.
But
which, side note, sorry.
Yeah.
If anyone doubts that, I've said before that I obsess over all the things I'm interested in. And if you don't think I like stand-up comedy, Kevin just said the one where he has a black tank top, and then I instantly knew which special he was talking about.
We mind melded for a moment right there.
God never change, Mario. I love you.
But yeah, most of his the bits that I really enjoyed about him is the physicality he brought to it, the act outs that he brought to it. And maybe that does mean he's weaker as a joke writer than somebody that is Louis C.K. and Adam Sandler and a lot of the greats of joke writing. Yeah, he's probably not as good as them, but in the same breath, okay, well, there are basketball players who can't shoot free throws. Are they bad at basketball?
No,
it's a different kind of thing.
So yeah, okay, yeah. I think we're
a lot of rappers can't freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you're getting at is he does a very emotive sort of style of comedy.
Absolutely.
Whereas other people do the exact opposite. What's the one guy whose his whole thing is just being offensive and deadpan?
Anthony Jeselnik.
Yes. That's his whole thing. Is
Anthony Jeselnik's whole thing. He, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the tightest joke writers that we have had.
It's really fucking funny.
He's... Every single one it's completely a standalone bit. There's no need for him to go on for 5 minutes to get you through a story. He's just one joke, 2 jokes, 3 jokes. Offensive as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Love Anthony Jeselnik.
And then he just deadpan, moves past it, and it's just and then he goes for another one that's probably even more offensive. And then it's just goddamn.
It's different styles.
And it's that's I don't know if they're the extreme ends, but that's a comedy slider. It's, deadpan, but really funny. And then there's maybe his jokes aren't as good, but goddamn, he's so emotive. And then, because it's a dumb bit, but when he worked at Burger King or whatever, just, Whopper, no onion. Or
I know the bit entirely. I can play it out in my mind right this moment.
Pickles. Don't forget the pickles. Sauce all over my pussy. Yeah, and it's
I'm trying around. This is what Dane Cook actually got in trouble for. Also, just repeating other people's jokes. But still, those are old jokes. Those are in the public domain now.
And it's someone can be funny just because of the way they can say stuff. You know?
Inflection is huge.
Yeah. I don't think Cat Williams would be as funny if he didn't sound the way he does.
Cat Williams fucking kills.
He's still a very funny person, but he is made more funny by the fact that he is very short.
I've never met a man.
And has a unique voice.
I don't know, like, what you'd call that laugh that some guys get when they smoke a lot. That I never met someone who laughs like that I didn't like. I've met a handful of people who unironically laugh like that, and I have liked every single one.
With a rattling cackling laugh.
Yeah.
or you can do both. You can be extremely tight at writing jokes, and you can be a funny, emotive man, and was Dave Chappelle, who God, some of his older comedy specials that's some of the best fucking comedy ever. Like,
you talk about formative stuff. Yeah, no, I think I watched that when I was like 12 or 13, and it made me the worst person I am today.
Yeah,
it made me a worse man.
Like, same thing with, like, my dad really likes George Carlin. He likes him a whole hell of a lot.
George Carlin is
my dad is old.
One of the greats.
And as a result of that, we had all of George Carlin's, like, books, and we had, like, a box set of all of his stuff. And I just buzzsawed through all of that when I was, like, 13 or 14. And it made me weirder and more annoying.
Well,
yeah.
I cultivated that for years.
So it's Dave Chappelle, right? Like, I think it's his second Comedy Central special. Is he does a whole bit about where he's in a limo.
That's the baby selling crack.
Yes,
That's that one?
And then well, it's weed. And he's like in a limo or whatever, and the driver is just like whatever, and then he gets a call and he's like, "Oh, I'll be right there." And he's like, and then they just go into he's like, "Hold up, we got to do something," and then they go into the hood. And then that guy gets out and leaves, and then the story is just like, and so I'm just scared in the back of this seat, and then there's just a baby on the corner, and I was like, and so I rolled down the window a little bit. I was like, "Hey, baby, what are you doing?
Go home, baby.
Get out of here!"
Hey, baby.
And then the baby turned to me and says, "I'm selling weed." And then so I had to, I was like, "Oh." And I had to slip a 20 out there, get a dime back. Like,
the noise he makes when he describes crackheads moving through the weeds I think it's in DC. The noise he makes is like a thing that has lived in my head at the front of my brain for most of my life.
God, yeah.
There's a bit.
There's so many good bits.
So Eugene Merman is quite a weird man. And his comedy is also quite weird. He also did stuff on Adult Swim. He was on the Delocated show.
Oh God, Delocated. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man.
But as far as like being a comedian went, I also really enjoyed his stand-up. And one of the bits that he did is he has a microphone, obviously, speaking to a crowd. And then he has like a visual aid that he's going to show everybody in the crowd, like a picture he's about to pull up. And he walks away from the microphone to pick up the paper, and they can still hear him. And he goes, "And if you're wondering how you can hear me, I met a wizard, and he gave me a voice like God." Because he just has like a lapel mic.
And speaking of a voice like God, let's go to ad from one of our sponsors.
Weed is getting retail legalized many places in the United States, and while I personally think that it's all part of some trap set by the hemp rope industry, others worry over something far simpler. The weed isn't strong enough. We all know the stories of government-designed superweed and increasing THC and terpenes and all that science mumbo-jumbo, but frankly most people aren't seeing it. That's why I wanted to bring this to your attention. It's new, it's legal, they sent me a whole kilogram to sample. It's called Bash. Bash is a derivative of a virus that affects mold spores indigenous to ancient Mesopotamia, and the use of this has persisted for thousands of years. Those affected by Bash find themselves able to commune with ancient spirits of wind and wisdom, and the Mesopotamian priests believed that it was the connection to the children of Tiamat. That connection holds true to this day, and aside from releasing you of the stresses of modern life, it's completely non-habit forming or addictive. Warning: do not use Bash if the southwest winds blow warm, as you may witness the visions of time immemorial. If you believe that you are seeing Marduk, Thor, or any storm/war god born of the Skyfather, immediately cease use of Bash. Belief that you have been formed by Tiamat with poison made in place of your blood in order to strike back against the gods may indicate a mild allergic reaction, and should not be continued for more than 4 days per business week. Bash has not been approved by the FDA, nor does it need to. It is neither food nor drug, and ingestion is only done voluntarily among verified Akkadian priests. Every order comes with a printable mantle, as described in the Enuma Elish, and certifies you as an Akkadian priest. With the promo code ABZU, you can choose to be a sex priestess, a scholar of the Tablet of Destinies, or a gazer into the deep abyss. They even have their own little designs here, see? It's like choosing your starter Pokemon. I think they even have different types and advantages. So this is it here. It's like these large grains of powder, but that's just the fungal wall protecting the active viral load. Everybody ready to take some? They say it hits really fast, so... Bash isn't for everyone. I think the company that sells it is the one Resident Evil is based on. Yeah, man, that Bash stuff is crazy. Marduk is not a nice man.
No, he is not, but he did slay Tiamat.
Yeah.
We must be thankful to Marduk for slaying Tiamat.
We'd be up to our elbows in dragons.
Cut back on the Bash, though.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll be trying that again.
He murdered for our sins.
He killed for our sins. God damn.
My favorite delocated bit, though, I haven't seen like a lot of delocated, but the bits I have seen are really fucking weird and
I've
funny.
never seen Delocated.
Pretty great. My favorite bit is because there's like they're like, he's in like the protective services because the Russian mob or something is after him, and there's an episode where he has to like go and rescue someone. And then there's just like, what will you do? Like, ha ha ha. It's like, we'll just shoot you as soon as you show up. And then he shows up wearing like a coat that has a bunch of pockets, and then each pocket has a puppy in it. And he's like, all right, hold on. And they're like, don't shoot.
He's wearing the puppy's body
Yeah,
armor.
it's the bit like, what will you do now, Paladin? Like, and they just literally do that in the show,
The
and
guy
it works.
threatening Batman with the babies all on his body.
It works.
Comedy has been one of the most like transformative ways to look at the world for me. In fact, so much so, it has so much dominated my mind that sometimes I will fuck myself up by being like, what if I like took that seriously? That'd be scary.
Yeah, no, I would say that I have that problem as well, where sometimes I can't, like, it'll be a serious moment and I'm sitting there going,
Yeah.
thinking of some dumb shit.
I to the point where, like, in an emergency situation, I will be, like, pulling somebody out of a puddle of blood and being like, at least you don't got work tomorrow.
I believe they call that a Shield of Levity.
Yes.
Pulling someone out of a car crash. Can't park here, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
I know what's wrong with it. Don't got any gas in it.
Well, it's like, I don't know. For me, I guess some of my opinions on comedy might be controversial, but I'm not over the, like, offensive jokes are funny. I'm sorry. Like, they are. Like, or I can be, rather, I should say. But you know in your head that just like, well, I can't say this one, Like,
so my thoughts on that, right? So if you boil it down and you look at what is the essence of humor, no one actually fucking knows.
Right.
There are various types of humor. There are various things that are found humorous. But one of those things is absurdism. Yeah. The fact that this shouldn't be. And instead of getting angry or irate or crying about it, the correct response is to have a giggle.
Yeah.
That is the essence of absurdism. That is the essence of, like, offensive humor, is that you laugh because, oh, that's horrible. In fact, not laughing and taking it seriously gives it more power than it ought to have.
which is like, how could he say there's a baby selling weed on the corner and then buy the weed from the baby? But that's really fucking funny.
That's really funny. That's the joke.
And it's like
a helpful undercurrent of all offensive humor is also like pretty fucked up, right? Like that. Like the punchline.
Those were the days.
And my thing that I was like trying to get to was that if you don't like it, don't listen to it, okay? Right? But also, like, review your options here. It's just something bad happened or something in your life has been bad. Do you just be mad about that or sad or whatever? What if you just made a joke about it and laughed instead, and then
and move the fuck on?
And then you gain some sort of autonomy over it, like, because it fuck you, I'm making a joke about it. Like,
it's one of the ultimate control moves. It really is.
And if I can make other people laugh because some shit happened to me, even better.
Did you know there are real problems?
One of my favorite thoughts about what isn't okay to make a joke about, for your own life and your own tragedies. If it's not currently helping you train to, like, extract a Batman style vengeance probably just make a joke about it. Everything else is just dragging you down.
Yeah, 100%. It's not helpful or productive to just gripe about things.
But if you're like in the gym on the Rowmaster at 4 a.m., no music, just thinking about like, I'm gonna get him. Okay, you know what? Maybe he needs got. If he's got you that bad.
yeah, some people do need to get got. That is how it goes.
I don't know if Tibetan monks will actually teach you Kung Fu, if that's like a real thing that you can seek out, but
Godspeed.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Like, I don't know. Like, what I was saying, if you don't like it, then just don't watch it or whatever. Like that's what I hate about like hecklers. It's just how are you gonna win? How are you gonna win this one?
I understand making your own fun, but doing that at everyone else's expense of people who showed up and paid money to see this and are enjoying it, fuck off. Like, literally, just fuck off and go do something you actually enjoy instead of ruining everybody else's time because your ass can't fucking cope. Fucking douche.
It's some kind of fetish thing to be able to be like not drunk at all and still choose to be a heckler.
But it's also, we've been saying
right.
A lot of comedians are do offensive jokes, right? And it's just like, why in the fucking hell would you try to heckle a person who professionally just is mean and funny about it?
Yeah,
like
he's probably better than
they're gonna roast you, and then no one is gonna be on your side.
That boxer lost me a bunch of money in that fight. I'm gonna go pick a fight with him.
Yeah, but the biggest one for me though is just presumably you paid to be here.
Yeah,
and they're being paid because you paid to be here.
Yeah.
So if you make an ass of yourself and then get kicked out or whatever, and then everyone hates you now, just where do you win in this scenario? It drives me nuts.
He still has your money, guy.
It's like, hey,
he still has your money.
They've already beat you. Okay, like it's only down from here. Like don't heckle people. Like
yeah, like there are certain universal ass beating truths, and for me that's one of them. Like, I'm a man of peace. I do not like violence. I'm not a violent man. But if someone needs their ass beat, it's a heckler. Like, that is 100%, dude. That is one thing I don't fucking fly with.
You assume a large enough comedian has guys for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't say goon anymore.
Yeah, like, I hate that.
We've lost.
Bring it back.
We've lost goon.
It's security.
So I'm gonna go.
They just have security.
Well, okay,
if you try to heckle Adam Sandler, a sniper takes you out.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about.
No, even like mid-level guys have it.
Yeah.
In case someone rushes the stage.
I really like the word goon. We'll go with henchman or thug. Thug is too mean.
Yeah.
Thug is too mean.
Thug has a pejorative term associated to it. Like, I mean, in some walks,
I would
it doesn't,
actually.
but
They are employed for thuggishness. That's just their day job,
Yeah.
I would say that Big J. Okerson, probably you could describe his security as his thugs. But like somebody like Adam Sandler, that's a security.
No, that's because J.O. he's huge.
Yeah.
Like, he Kevin or Tony basically.
Yeah.
And so what Kevin's getting at is it's that meme of Jason Momoa being around.
We're with like the 7.5
and then it's just like his security is the mini bosses.
Man. Yeah.
Before you actually have to fight him, and that's similar situation. It's like, why would you rush Jay Oakland? He's massive. Like.
And the Simpsons, of course, has explored this topic. Like, Mr. Burns has hired goons.
Yeah.
He's got Crusher and Low Blow. Bubba. Dan Marino has Bubba and Hacksaw.
Hacksaw's so hard, dude.
These are He-Man characters.
Speaking of He-Man, another message from our sponsors.
Yay. Have you ever had stubborn weight that just won't come off? Is there not enough time in the day to just get up and move? Weights take up so much room, and they clutter up your house. But with this new system, the TED system, you won't need any big pieces of equipment or confusing workout regimens. It's all replaced with one device and one technique. Tased every day. It's a revelation in full-body workouts, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tased every day. You simply take out our patented full-body electronic implement and allow both prongs to contact the skin, completing the circuit. Once active, the system will guide your muscles into controlled bursts of tension, simulating in mere seconds several hours of exercise. If you order now with promo code, you can also get a free bite guard. It's just $1,600 for the device, and that's easily a $100 savings on that bite guard, and you do not want to miss out. Just use promo code. This offer is valid in any state but California, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, West Virginia, Montana, Idaho, Maine, Delaware, New Jersey, South Carolina, Washington, D.C., Georgia, and Alaska, and Hawaii.
So you guys were talking about, cultivating your persona, finding your voice. Some people don't have to do that. Some people have a genetic leg up on account of basically being a Looney Tune in real life.
Some people are comedy shaped.
Some people are comedy shaped, and you actually said it earlier, Seinfeld. Larry David is just like that. Larry David is a human being.
Larry David might be afflicted by that.
Yeah, he is. Afflicted is a good word that I would use. Larry David is capable of making, the funniest thing of all time by just basically describing his day.
Yeah. He will have gripes. It will get out of hand. It goes further than it should have needed to, or for anyone else's life, even could.
Yeah. He's stubborn and petty, and he's going to take this thing to the wall. And then he has he had a wacky neighbor in real life, and he just kind of did awkward things, and then we had George. Then there's George, and there's Seinfeld. I may have brought this up on the podcast before. Have you guys ever seen anything from Jason Alexander, the guy that played George on Seinfeld?
I know that he's nothing like George from Seinfeld.
No, he is like
an actor.
Yeah, he is an actor. I am an actor. For this treatment, I thought that I would have to George. Well, he doesn't talk like that.
That'd be hilarious if he talked.
But he definitely it's like he's not George Costanza. He is an actor, and he knows about acting. I think he went to school, and he certainly talks like he went to school for acting. Yeah. And he initially is like, I don't understand this character. What am I supposed to be, Woody Allen? That's the closest approximation I can come to. And then there's more than one video. I'm not sure what the original production is. I've seen it as YouTube videos, but some kind of inside the actor's studio type thing. It wasn't that. I know the set from that,
Right.
But some kind of behind the scenes actor thing was talking to him, and he describes the moment where he realizes that George was Larry David. And he's like, okay, I got this now. I'm locked in on this now.
Oh, yeah. It's you.
Yeah. Oh, it's you. Got it. Okay, now I'm good. We got this.
That's awesome. The aha moment.
From there on, George is played completely correctly in every scene. That's exactly how he was supposed to be. Because he finally met the person that it's supposed...
This is just who you are.
Mm-hmm. There are certain people that, so I talk about this when I'm talking about writing stuff, where I talk about, casting. If you have a character that you don't quite know how to handle... you can just cast a character or actor that you know a personality for as that person. And then sometimes somebody will just be like, did you know there's another one? And it's me. And that is who Larry David is. He's a new kind of insane person to be, and I'm glad that we added him to the lexicon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's which is why comedy is great, because it's just, like anything, you can do it any kind of way, but specifically, I, as a tyke, as a lad, you I like cartoons, and then one of my favorites that had, would make me piss myself, because it was just so weird, was Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, like from cartoon, you know.
So
how did I know you were going to say that?
So good.
Because it's just, if you describe it to someone who is completely unfamiliar, are you having a seizure? Are you okay? Like, it's so bananas.
I recall my dad laughing his ass off. What's that show with the Jamaican Grim Reaper? Put that back on. And I hate to go back to my parents for a third time in this episode, but I have a distinct memory of my mom screaming, not what the fuck, but basically, what the fuck is that? She was polite. She didn't say it like that, but she was super upset at destroy us all. Destroy us all.
Yeah. Clowns hate Tangelos.
Everyone knows it.
And it
messes up their
just that show.
My favorite part about Grimm having a Jamaican accent is because the decision to do that was because, well, we can't have the Grim Reaper on a kids show. That's kind of dark, guys. How do we brighten this up a little bit? What if we gave him a funny accent?
I genuinely think, like, the choice to make him Jamaican is because they were like, okay, everyone remembers the thing about, like, you can play the Grim Reaper for your soul. And, like, the first episode short thing is he takes them to Limbo,
Yeah.
which is like a
What a
Caribbean
great
thing.
part.
That was part of the
Grim and
cartoon
Evil.
pilot thing.
Yeah.
When we talked about the cartoon pilot things that they did, that was part of the Cartoon Network pilot. They would do pilots. I think Kids Next Door was also from that
Kids
as
Next
well.
Door. Yep.
I love that pilot so much because when he's there for
Limbo.
he's there for the hamster.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, but like a pillar of just like light just appears in Billy's room, and then he's like, "What's that?" And then Mandy's like, "It appears to be a vortex made of pure evil." And then she sticks her finger in it,
And tastes
and
it.
then starts eating it, like because Mandy's the most evil. But and then it turns into Bill and Ted's,
Yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's exactly what I
where
was
they
gonna say.
beat the Grim Reaper at Limbo because Mandy cheats because she can never lose.
Yeah.
If she didn't win, she chose not to win. And
One of
that's
my favorite bits in all of Billy and Mandy is when they get Mandy to smile.
Yeah.
And the random Shakespearean crow man who just inexplicably
The
narrates
narrator,
on
yeah,
things. You fools! You've disrupted the natural order!
Just
God
erases
damn.
reality.
Yeah, so...
Billy and Mandy is how I
fucking
learned about
good.
Dune.
Dune, I was
Yeah,
sitting
the
there,
sandworm.
I'm like shaking trying to bring up the Dune episode, like, I need to like, I remember putting that on, like seeing it on, on the TV, because that's back when we watched TV.
Yeah.
And I'm looking
Now
at
it's
like,
all streaming, and you should buy streaming. Go on.
That episode is kind of crazy because Billy dies
yeah.
like a couple times,
Well, it's okay because he's Duncan Idaho and he's cloned.
but he's still a boy. Like,
Yeah.
but like
Dude, it was pretty metal,
a monster
dude.
just eats him, and she's like, bring in another one, and then they just dump him out.
Billy and Mandy was fucking metal, dude.
God.
100%.
Didn't that guy get screwed out of his rights or something? Didn't
I hope not.
Maxwell
Maxwell
Adams?
Adams? I don't know. I didn't hear
Didn't
about
there's
that.
something like where he got screwed, I thought.
That sucks.
That
That's
makes
tragic.
Me sad.
Yeah, it makes me a sad boy. Why you gotta make me a sad boy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just if you're gonna watch Billy and Mandy, make sure to definitely pay for it on a streaming service because the people who own the rights earned them.
Just so we're all clear, we wouldn't use crime or anything as, some sort of misguided sense of justice that maybe we shouldn't give money to.
I would never do that.
That's
I
right.
pay money for all the streaming services. I actually have 4 Disney Plus accounts.
And speaking of misguided senses of justice, here's another ad from our sponsors.
Hair loss affects as many as all people these days, and it seems like the only way around it is through a complex scheme of international travel to take advantage of more advanced and radical surgeries. But now there's a cure. You can have perfect hair for up to forever with just this daily supplement we've developed. Cats have mystified humans since the times of Egypt, but now they finally have found their purpose, being ground up with hot dogs and infused with the magic of the cosmos. With the Astronomic Cat Supplement, you can finally understand just what it's like to have perfect coiffed hair you've quested for since you were a bald teenager.
So you're multi-boxing Disney accounts?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, they have to have. You know what? I make sure to watch. I have the lowest tier of accounts where there's ads, and I make sure to tile them all so I watch all 4 ads and just beam the advertisements directly into my skull.
Okay, so I might be the cancer destroying the world because I have had this opinion since I was but a lad, and I still kind of do. I would totally watch a TV channel that was just ads. Not like ads, but like they kind of make a show out of the ad. The same way, Seinfeld made the fucking Serial movie. Like, yeah, fuck that idea. But the idea of like...
The completely corporate sponsored channel?
Yeah, it's completely corporate sponsored, and all that you're watching are ads, but the ads are longer and more convoluted. And like it's almost like you don't know it's an ad until they kind of hit you with it, and then it just puts the brand name on there, and then it moves on to the next one.
Unironically, the origin of soap operas. They're called soap operas because they were ads
They
for
sell
soap.
soap? Well, there you fucking go. I had no idea.
I've got the show for you, Tony. They're robots, and they're in disguise.
I will now turn into a truck. You know, in the movie for Transformers, they had a thing where kids could vote on for a line for Optimus Prime to say.
That's sick.
And that's the line that won. So they didn't do it.
What line was it?
I'm now going to turn into a truck.
Wait, for the Michael Bay one?
No, for the animated one.
Okay, well, the animated Transformers movie is actually sick as
dude,
fuck.
so fucking good.
Yeah. Imagine if Optimus said it. I am now going to turn into a truck.
Yeah, that's trolling. Kids are trolling at them. Yeah, God
I
bless.
hope that's true. Yeah. I hope the internet didn't lie to me about that one. I hope we're all that stupid.
Yeah, kids are dumb. I agree.
The dumbest.
I wish I could bring Orson Welles back to life so I could hear him say, I'm going to transform into a truck.
I wish that I could bring Orson Welles back to life and then make him look at the new War of the Worlds that got made.
I thought that movie was fine.
You did?
I thought it was fine. The 2004 Tom Cruise War of the Worlds?
No, the new one that came out last year. Starring
again?
Ice Cube.
Yeah, it was Ice Cube. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, and
that's one where it's all on screens?
Yeah, it's Zoom and the aliens are eating all of our internet.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah. Because it shouldn't have.
That's one where the hero is Amazon engineers. Yeah, okay. No,
Bad movie.
I fuzzed that out of my head completely.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, okay. No, it was like a meme for a little bit where this movie is such a piece of shit. And it was like the movie It Follows, except shitty, where it was all social media, all through cameras and webcams and stuff.
The guy works for the TSA, so he's just invading people's privacy.
The NSA.
He
literally
they do that.
Fully half of the movie is Ice-T in a pretty nice office, just looking into his computer, and then reverse shots from the computer's perspective on him, and then it's him controlling drones and calling his children and all of that. I presume because they couldn't get Ice-T to go to other places. I'm
not leaving my house. I'll be in your movie and I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah. But a key aspect of the movie is that part of the alien invasion has him locked in this room, and it's what I would describe as one of the most easily escapable rooms I've ever seen. It's an office with glass walls and a door.
Glastanium.
Yeah, it's unfortunately they figured it out. They did it. So the aliens, they're eating all the internet, and planes are falling out of the sky. Unless they're the planes
and only Amazon AWS engineers can stop that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Or saviors.
Sure.
That's really the lesson that we want to learn. Comedy is a magnificent beast, and you should all engage with it for the purposes of advertising and streaming revenue.
I said sure dismissively. What I meant to say was Amazon Prime is great, and you should also pay for it.
A bargain!
What I meant was I sure do love that Amazon streaming.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy the nature of this content, go and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube, and go and give us a follow on Blue Sky, and you can support us on our Patreon. And I'd like to give a special thank you to our Patreon subscribers, our aspiring Magus Champion 1209, and our fellow Scryers Maticate, GaryGoblino, MidniteGrimoire, the Greater Good Boy, Kinomajaro, Wanrical Barcis, and my mom.
Love you guys. Thank you for hanging in there.
Bye.
Thank you.